The price of XRP has been predicted by analysts worldwide to range from $27 to $10,000, $35,000, and even $10 million for just 10 XRP, with each XRP being valued at roughly $1 million. The true question, however, is how much XRP is worth, and how much should you own in order to become a multimillionaire? Is it precisely what Brad Cunninghouse said? Or is it 1 XRP, 10 XRPs, or 100 XRPs? Which verified that the price of XRP would be the same as that of Bitcoin, or roughly $110,000 per XRP. This implies that all it takes to become a multimillionaire is roughly 10 XRP. We will go over all the facts and information in today's video to determine how much XRP you need to hold in order to become a multimillionaire, as well as whether you are among the top 0.001% of XRP holders overall. Therefore, you should use my link in the explanation to earn extra XRP before we begin. Completing a transaction and registering on Uphold utilizing my link in the description. And it's really simple, of course. Like, comment, and subscribe. It literally only takes 5 minutes, and you can get up to $100 in free XRP or money to purchase XRP with. Thus, this is a fantastic chance. You should certainly sign up because it's basically free money. Additionally, you may sign up to participate in the Real FI tokenization giveaway if you would like to receive even more XRP. If you were unaware, Real FI is giving away free XRP to celebrate their launch and tokenizing over 634.39 trillion onto the XRP ledger. Everyone in this video will receive it, even if they haven't launched it yet. Simply follow Real FI on Twitter at Real FI Team, post a tweet with Real FI XRP, tag the Real FI team, like, and retweet their post, which will be linked in the description, to enter the promotion and win thousands of XRP. Having said that, let's dive straight into the video. Over the past few months and years, the XRP ledger has expanded. We are referring to the fact that there are more than 6.5 million XRP wallets, with more than 63 billion XRP not in escrow. We'll examine all of this in today's video and determine the precise percentile you fall into if you possess a specific quantity of XRP. Additionally, we'll verify the precise quantity of XRP that you should own in order for it to be worthwhile for you and possibly help you become a multimillionaire. You should definitely watch this video through to the finish because it is really significant. Let's dive straight into the material, so please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. First of all, it's critical to realize that only 6 wallets have more than 8 billion XRP. If you do some basic arithmetic, that's almost 8 billion worth of XRP per wallet for 6 people, which is a significant amount of XRP given its current pricing of $2.17. All the others are below that. The 22 wallets we are discussing only have between 500 million and 1 billion XRP, which adds up to roughly 11 billion wallets and 11 billion XRP overall. 55 have between 100 million and 500 million XRP, or roughly 10 billion. However, if you look closely, you'll see that the vast majority of XRP holders actually own between 20 and 1,000 XRP. And since everybody between 0 and 20 is probably a bot or received an airdrop into their wallet, these are the ones that are more genuine. However, this is where I believe the averages to be. Between 10,000 and 50,000 XRP are involved. 270,280,000 people hold between 10,000 and 50,000 XRP, according to that figure. And between those two pricing ranges, there are roughly 4.7 billion XRP. One question, though, is, what percentage are you in? Because despite the fact that many people hold XRP, they will not get richer using it. It's conceivable that only 1% of XRP investors will truly become wealthy. Here's where the actual numbers come in. Based on the amount of XRP you own, what percentage do you lie? You possess roughly 2.5 thousand XRP if you own roughly 10% of the holdings. In that instance, there are more over 651,000 of you, more specifically XRP holders, who possess roughly 2,485 XRP, To be in the top 5% of XRP holdings, which is roughly 302,325,000 XRP holders, is the goal now. They have roughly 8,797 XRP. Once more, we're not quite there yet, but we're getting closer to that median price of 50,000 XRP. There are roughly 260,000 XRP holders at 4%, and they currently possess 11,058 XRP. About 195,000 XRP holders, or 3% of the total, control roughly 16.4 thousand XRP. Once more, we are approaching the 2% of XRP holders, or roughly 130,000 XRP holders, who possess approximately 25,877 XRP. As we approach 1% and down, here is where things start to become interesting. There are only roughly 65,000 XRP holders at the 1% mark, which is a significantly smaller number. In this instance, their exact holdings are 50,892.22 XRP, or roughly 50,000 XRP. The actual line is this one. The general wealth-making line is this one. You will probably become a multimillionaire off of XRP at some point if you are among the top 1%. You may potentially become a multimillionaire if you own roughly 10 XRP and are in the top 10%, or perhaps the top 50%. If you're following E. Smitty's comments, which he actually said, 10 XRP will eventually be worth roughly $10 million. Let's go on to our list, though. Considering half of that, there are just 32,000 holders if you're in the top 0.5%, or roughly 0.5%. Additionally, they have roughly 100,000 XRP on the Dodge in this instance. Only 13,000 of the top 0.2% of XRP holders currently control roughly 200,000 XRP. And last but not least, the smallest of all, 0.01% of all XRP holders, only 652 holders, which is nothing out of the 7 million holders, own the largest chunk of XRP, which is approximately 5.65503 million XRP. If you're looking at the extremely small portion of 0.1%, only 6,000 holders, they own roughly 370,000 XRP, 101.23 XRP. Approximately 5,655,037 XRP are involved. The actual amount of money these guys hold and have invested in XRP is close to $12 million. Therefore, these individuals have the most chance of becoming multimillionaires with XRP. They are already multimillionaires, but they might become billionaires because to XRP, particularly as trillions of dollars are expected to enter the XRP ledger. For example, more recently, RealFi declared that they are happy to report that the Real token has successfully completed all testing and certification stages and will soon be available for deployment on the XRP ledger. A larger objective to facilitate the tokenization and smooth integration of the $654.39 trillion global real estate industry into the RealFi ecosystem has begun with this milestone. Users can now place their orders in advance of this release by going to payrealfi.gov and selecting Real Token. We are grateful for our partners, communities, and institutions' ongoing support of RealFi. Keep in touch by adhering to the RealFi team. Whether it is through RealFi or other means of